This edition of the LCL Report brought to you by StashYourSwag.com. This amazing ebook has over 100 secret hiding places all around your house. Most hiding places are free, but none are over $50. Remember, StashYourSwag.com.
Hi, this is Terry Lupo. Welcome to LCL Report. The last story I brought you was about basically a very clandestine secret meeting that was going on in Jekyll Island with the Liberty bigwigs. I didn't mean to stir up any problems because even though the meeting was closed and they pretty much bounced me out and any other reporters, I think I understand what's going on now and why. And I think it's probably two things. One, it's a private meeting and they really didn't want the press there until they kind of come to a unified agreement. But second, I'm told that somehow I think one person got the film in there, and I'm not exactly sure who or what, but I have a feeling that it'll either be something for sale later on or something like that. They didn't want free press in there that would have just stuck it out there for no money, like me. So I think that's probably what it was about. There was nothing evil or clandestine going on. It was just they just wanted their privacy. But I did get some interviews with some of the heavy hitters that came out, and I got interviews with Edward Griffin, just a little bit of one with him, Catherine Bleish, and Micheal Badnerick. I'll also have interviews upcoming with Adam Kokesh later on, and a few others you might know. So I'm going to let you listen to what they said about the meeting, and this is on Thursday when they were just wrapping up with the opening ceremonies. How do you think today went?
So far, it's off to a great beginning. Now we get down to the interesting part where maybe we'll have some differences of opinion. That's always the interesting part.
Hi, I'm here with Catherine Bleish here at Jekyll Island. So, Catherine, can you give me an idea of what you're doing here today?
Well, basically, this is a meeting of a lot of the leadership all across the country coming together to share ideas and try and come up with some solutions to the fundamental problems that our country is facing right now. And, you know, this is of huge historical significance as it is in the place where the Federal Reserve banking system was designed, right here in Jekyll Island. So almost 100 years later, you have the leaders who are meeting together to try and find ways to systematically deconstruct what is happening to our country.
I'm here with Micheal Badnerick, who was Libertarian candidate for president. I voted for you. Anyway, I wanted to ask you what you thought about today and if you feel that basically what was going on in there that you can actually talk about.
Well, it's a historic and ceremonial gathering of people from a lot of the liberty groups who are coming together to do something really simple, pledge themselves to the idea of liberty and freedom. We all have life, liberty, and private property in common, and most of these groups have one or more particular issues that they are dedicated to, and it has been difficult over time to get people from different groups to work together. You know, they always find small differences they use to divide themselves. And Bob Schultz has organized the Continental Congress with the basic premise is that, you know, we all love liberty, regardless of what your personal focus is. All of us, you know, need to have a constitutional republic controlling the government. Otherwise, your particular issue is meaningless. And so my hope, I'm very optimistic that we're going to be able to get a lot of different groups working together, people all across the country, regardless of your, political party. Doesn't matter whether you're Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, Constitution Party. You can get behind this idea of liberty and freedom. And I thought it was very much ceremonial, but also very historic. I think it's going to be where the tide turns, where people actually start together to work together and share their efforts for a common cause.
And Bob Schultz is the one who basically offered the olive branch between all these organizations. I always thought it was kind of silly because, we're like 90% the same and then we fight about 10%.
Absolutely.
You know, and I just don't get it.
And I am optimistic. I use a metaphor, an example of the people on Flight 1549 earlier this year. Most of those people got on board, stored their luggage, and probably anticipated a 3-hour flight without ever looking or talking to the person next to them. And shortly after takeoff, they discovered that their aircraft was now going to be landing in the Hudson River. And I highly doubt that while they were standing on the wing, you know, up to their ankles in ice-cold water, that they were trying to organize between Democrats and Republicans, or, you know, everybody had the same concern. Everybody wanted to stay alive. Everybody wanted to see their family again. And it didn't matter what your political stripe was. It didn't matter what your religion was. The only thing that mattered was that you were human, that you were alive, and you wanted to stay alive. And that was a common thread that ran through that entire airplane. And I think that some of the political events that we've had in our country recently are providing that common thread that all of us, regardless what our political inclinations might be, all of us recognize that we are directly affected and that we need to change the way we do politics in America.
Thank you so much.
Well, there you go. It gives you a little better idea of what's really going on behind the scenes. Coming up in my next report, we'll have interviews with Adam Kokesh, Bob Schultz, Amanda Moore from We the People Foundation as well, and a couple others you might recognize. Until then, good hunting. As always, it's Terran Lupo with LCL Report.
LCL Report is looking for advertisers. Do you have a product, service, candidate, or charity that would love to be spotlighted? Look at our numbers. Over 250,000 views this month. Over 700 subscribers this month. Multiple awards on YouTube. Over 500 subscribers to our Facebook group. There's pretty much nothing I won't do for a good story. If you want to know about rates, just email me. So support a business that supports liberty.